Why was Jake Paul behaving so oddly when AJ was beating the Delusion out of him? We're going to break down that psychology, so now let's get started.
I think my jaw is broken, by the way, so it's definitely broke.
As many of us predicted, AJ did in fact hospitalize Jake Paul because AJ rearranged his face, breaking his mandible, or more commonly known as the lower jaw, and that was broken into 3 pieces. And it was clear Jake's lower jaw was broken because when he showed the inside of his mouth, his lower molar teeth were caved inward into his mouth. Titanium plates were screwed into Jake's lower jaw, and he apparently lost several teeth in the surgical process.
I'm a little f***ed up, but will you take care of me forever and ever?
Although Jake landed a few good shots on AJ,
Jake fires his signature overhand right while dropping his left hand. Although the shot lands clean, Joshua takes it well and goes to counter with his own right. But Jake completely crosses his arms, leaving himself wide open for the counter. So Joshua makes him pay.
landing those punches actually just discouraged Jake even more because he quickly came to the realization his hardest right hand punch he was expecting to knock out AJ with was doing nothing to him.
I, Jake Joseph Paul, will knock out, defeat, and embarrass Anthony Joshua.
Anthony Joshua, you're a wussy. I'm gonna come down your chimney, boy, and whoop that ass.
He doesn't have a chin, and he has no skill, and he's stiff. And I know that those nerves are going to kick in once he sees what I can do to him.
Anthony Joshua, do you think you're going to knock him out?
I see holes in his game where I can land a big shot.
Okay.
100%.
I'm going to knock him out 5th or 6th round.
Therefore, Jake's belief and pre-fight taunts that AJ had a weak chin where he can easily knock out AJ were proven to be just a delusion very quickly.
His chin's gone.
But he's still Anthony Joshua.
Which is stiff and no rhythm, no skill, just power.
And that's when Jake fell back down to reality hard, quickly realizing it's going to be a very painful night for him. Many were wondering why it took AJ until the 6th round to knock out Jake. You know why? Yeah, it was largely because he was mostly running away from AJ rather than standing toe-to-toe with him to fight. It's the difference between fighting a Bengal tiger and running away from a Bengal tiger. Which one will last longer? Yeah, running away just prolongs the inevitable. However, AJ could have done a better job cornering Jake in the ring to end the fight sooner.
But Joshua unable to cut off the ring, now following Paul.
Psychologically, when Jake felt AJ's ring dominance, he quickly realized he was outmatched, and the delusion that he could knock out AJ began to leave his mind, and was replaced by what? Yes, fear and massive doubt, with his amygdala kicking into overdrive, which is our fear center and instructs us to fight, flight, or freeze. Since he quickly realized fighting AJ was not going to work for him, he naturally began incorporating even more flight, running away, and freezing, falling to the ground at any chance he had, just to survive the rounds.
I mean, all it's doing is buying Jake Paul more time. I don't like it at all.
Do you remember what Mike Tyson famously said? Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. This is because once real physical danger is actually felt by the person, their higher levels of planning, strategy in their prefrontal cortex are often overridden by the amygdala, defaulting to instinctive survival mechanisms rather than a conscious proven strategy to win the fight.
He's never even got hit yet, like in a real fight. He's never taken a real punch.
I've never been knocked down or knocked out even in sparring.
How are you going to react when that big shot hits you? You think you're going to snap back into it and know what to do? No.
It often takes years of experience and practice to not let their amygdala take over in fear once they feel their life is in real danger. Since winning a boxing match falls way down on the list of priorities, just surviving becomes the most important thing, causing fear, often panic, to take over, doing whatever they can to just survive. Which is why we saw this very odd behavior from Jake.
Devastating right hands, but Paul just leaning in on 25.
And a few more takedowns. Mauro, is that why he's wearing the Hulk Hogan?
Paul on the ropes, and Paul just, and Paul tried, but come on, punches. What is this? And yet he takes the knee again. This is not Joshua. It is happening. There's the right hand. Jake Paul goes down again.
Step back with that right leg.
He's cornered again by Joshua. Down, Paul goes.
Yes, he was constantly crawling, falling, rolling, faking low blows.
He knows his bullshit.
And I don't see a low blow at all there, so I don't know what we're talking about here.
Holding onto AJ's leg as if he were pleading for mercy, and even pulling down AJ as if it were a wrestling match. In fact, he did that so much that the referee warned Jake to stop that nonsense.
Rough tactics gotta stop, okay? The fans didn't pay to see this crap, okay?
Amen! The fans did not pay to see this crap?
Psychologically, Jake likely did that in fear and panic. Doing that allowed him to catch his breath and rest by getting off his feet, going to the ground. To go to his safe space on the ground because Jake is safer on the ground than standing where AJ can strike him. It allowed him to put some of his weight onto AJ to tire AJ out, and sometimes it was because AJ actually knocked him down with a punch, but wanted to sneakily grab AJ on the way down to pull him down too, while also reducing a more devastating fall to the ground.
Put some respect on my name.
My respect.
Some compared all that leg hugging Jake was doing to a child hugging their father's leg in a pleading attachment response.
Look at them legs! Chicken legs!
That behavior reflects a regression to primitive survival responses where the brain abandons the sport's rules and norms, but instead defaults to whatever behaviors can possibly increase the chances of their physical safety. In moments of extreme physical threat, the mind does not care about how something looks, it only cares about what they feel may work. So we're basically watching this saying, desperate times require desperate measures and action. Subscribe for more.